Welcome. This is Ken Carpenter with the Local Business Alliance, and today I'm here with Dominik Pantelides from Perks. And Dominik, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate your time, and I'm very intrigued by your company and the platform that you're working on there. So just to get started, let me ask you, what is an AI concierge?
Okay, thank you for having me, Kenneth. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Thank you for having me first and foremost. So that's a good question you're asking there. That's a specific tool that we offer in our platform. I'm gonna take a couple of steps back before I answer your question. So in general, I want to give you a little bit of a high-level overview and understanding of what we're doing here at Perks. So the world of work is dramatically changing, Kenneth, as you know. We are all in this limbo state and inflection point where we are no longer going to have offices like we used to in the past, and we are more and more employees, especially the younger generations, are demanding flexibility and better support mechanisms from the organizations that they work for. And this is a global trend. Here in the US, we call it the Great Resignation or Great Reshuffle, where at the moment, we're seeing about 5 million employees per month quit their jobs looking for new opportunities and flexibility. And the reason for that is the world of how we used to work is going away, and employees are demanding a better system for how they're going to work in the future. And this is where myself and my co-founding partners, we identified this opportunity as seasoned entrepreneurs who have built and scaled technology companies in the past. And we realized there was not a platform addressing this challenge and problem that organizations and their people are facing. So that's why we created Perks, which is a global employee support system for people to be able to be empowered to find the right support mechanisms and culture components to be able to thrive in their workplaces while managing their personal lives. And one of the, to bring it back to your question around an AI concierge, one of our tools that we offer organizations is a new way to communicate with their people through artificial intelligence. And the reason for that is we do not believe in employee surveys. We actually believe in employee survey fatigue, and that it's a disconnected experience between leadership and the employees themselves. So employee surveys, the ones that get sent out once a year to understand what people's challenges are something that employees don't appreciate, feel disconnected from the leadership, and they don't truthfully answer. So what we created is Perkins. Perkins is our AI assistant. It's an intelligent assistant that we provide organizations the ability to utilize so that they can empower their people to share information with who they think it's right to share the information with. So, and I'll give you an example. Perkins is available to everyone in an organization 24/7, 365 days a year, where they can access Perkins to send information to a different department or inform someone of a need whenever they think it's necessary. So we're turning the wheels around. Instead of leadership sending surveys out, we're actually now empowering the employee to share information when they see fit and necessary. So they can, for example, share with Perkins, they can share process improvement with leadership, but they also can ask Perkins to answer a question around PTO, because an organization can download their employee handbook into Perkins and allow them, Perkins, to answer it, and therefore have some sort of relief to the HR department that is pretty much underwater right now. And the last thing is, the employee can also utilize Perkins to directly communicate with their team leader. Maybe they want a certification program to further their professional career. They can control where that information flows within the organization. So Perkins is a really nifty tool to build communication and trust levels with leadership and employees in a very innovative new way. And all that data, because it's AI, we collect that and resurface that to the companies in our quarterly QBRs that we offer them around measuring their culture and support.
And does everything, as Perkins sort of amalgamates or acquires all this data, is that sort of proprietary for each company that you work with?
Of course.
And does that stay in their silo?
That's sensitive data that they internally can assess and evaluate. The only thing that we, in addition to that, we have a tool. One of our culture tools is called the Culture Index. And what the Culture Index does is it helps organizations benchmark and normalize culture across the industry. So we actually, with our Culture Index, we extract data from the organization through Perkins, for example, but we also extract data, publicly available data, through platforms like Glassdoor, Comparably, or Craft.co, so that we can help an organization benchmark their culture and support against the industry peers, so that they have an understanding of how are they performing with their culture and support, and do they have a competitive advantage against their industry peers. And that helps us understand where are the major challenges that they're facing and how they can course correct on those challenges. To give you an example, one of the companies, a large fintech company that we are currently in the process of onboarding, we identified with them, they're growing extremely fast. They've raised billions of dollars, but they didn't realize how much of a toxic culture they were breeding. We identified in the benchmarking that they had over 800 reviews on Glassdoor, and 600 of them were negative. Really resurfacing that to them and giving them a clear understanding of where their culture and support lies and how they can best implement the Perks marketplace and platform to course correct that. That's our job.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So I'm curious the type of enterprise that you're looking to engage with. Would it be like Fortune 1000 or like sort of a global enterprise?
Yeah, so Kenneth, that's a good question. We have a little bit of a broader scope of being able to support people in organizations regardless of size. We have different tiers for usage of our platform. Our main focus, yes, is enterprise, global enterprise companies, multinational companies that have their workforces distributed across multiple countries. That is one of our areas of focus, but that also includes large, fast-growing technology companies, for example, that are growing like wildfire, have raised a significant amount of capital, and are still private companies, but are in that growth stage. Those are also a focus point for us. We are, though, building out our platform to be available for any company, regardless of size, from 20 employees onwards, where they can utilize the marketplace experience for their people, and they can roll it out in a self-serve environment. We have different tiers that we allow for the onboarding. The larger organizations, we want to hold their hand. We want to give them key account executives in place to help them really move the needle when it comes to culture and support and the ROI on that. But the smaller organizations, we want them to be able to implement this in the earliest stages and then grow with us over the years to come.
Interesting. So I'm trying to think who your major competitors would be, or what type of company you're replacing with this service.
So we are a new category creator around employee support, where we aggregate and combine multiple areas of the people experience in organizations into one end-to-end solution. Our competitors come from the employee engagement and survey space. They come from the employee rewarding space. They come from the stipend space. They come from all different areas where they were built. These different solutions were built for the way we used to work. And now organizations need a more holistic approach to employee support that works in complementary to their payroll systems that they put into place. So that's why we, at the end of the day, we are creating a new category, but we're also eliminating specific segments of our industry around people support and people operations.
And I'm just curious, once you've onboarded, a new client company, who usually is like your go-to department? Are you mainly interfacing with the HR?
So HR is the first place of contact. We typically are in speaking with the decision makers, the CHRO, chief people officer, head of total rewards for employees, etc. That's our first point of contact.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, so we have over 2,000 vendor partners on the marketplace, global vendor partners available in 80 plus countries, with over nearly 5,000 products, services, and experiences from those vendor partners on the marketplace as of today. It is continuously growing, and we're building more and more vendor partners out. But at this moment, we are, and you can browse it, you can experience it. We have built a marketplace that is available in a large majority of countries around the world, where we've really built a global support marketplace, but a localized experience. So that you, Kenneth, and I here in Pasadena, we get to experience the Perks experience here in the US, but say one of my employees who's based in the UK gets the same kind of global support, but they get the UK experience. So we've built that whole system, and we're really excited now to, we're just launching as we speak. So we're launching with 6 pilot companies first and foremost, 1 enterprise a customer, and the other 5 are small to medium-sized businesses between 20 and 150 employees. And we are not only launching here in the US. Some of these companies are based in Europe, in Australia. So we're really launching on a global scale. And we've got a massive pipeline of really interesting enterprise, fast-growing technology companies that we are onboarding as we speak, that will be utilizing our platform from the beginning of 2022.
Wow, fascinating. Well, Dominik, this has just been really, really enlightening. I really appreciate your time, and this is truly a glimpse into the future. So thank you so much for the quick interview with the Local Business Alliance.
Of course, happy to help my neighbors here in Pasadena.